We don't want, maybe cops in school might send the wrong message. So we don't want to send the wrong message. We want a deterrent. I don't think by having the cops in school, it's the right thing to do. But a lot of people in this community may look at it and says, we don't want that because of how it's going to look. We got to get away from that. Columbia High School class of 15 graduates. Columbia High School graduated 462 seniors on Wednesday, June the 24th, as the class of 2015 said its final goodbye and launched itself into the wider world beyond Maplewood and South Orange. The graduation took place at Essex County College in Newark. And of course, there's quite a long list of people that graduated from Columbia High School. And I know a few individuals. Emily Cowan, yes, I coached her very well. Imani, what is it? Imani Tafari. I think that's her name. Is it Imani Tafari? Imani, let me see what Imani, where's Imani's name? Imani. Yes, Amani Tafari, my bad. Amani Tafari, Emily Cowan. We had Jared as well. We had Emma Unterkofler. Oh yeah, she went on the track team as well. You know, you have quite a few of the athletes graduating from Columbia High School. And I say a special congratulations to all those graduates from Columbia High School. Moving on to bigger and better things in college. The South Orange Maple Board of Education Communication Committee issues action lists, creates direct emails. So now you can directly email your Board of Education members. The South Orange Maple Board of Education had followed up on a May communication forum by issuing an update on communicating with the Board of Education and its members. Document provides individual email address for board members. Previously, Board of Education members had only one official shared email. That addresses remain active for members of the public who wish to email the entire Board of Education. The notification announcing the new email address states that members of the public can communicate with board members via email or at forums, meetings, and workshops, and that members of the public may participate in regular school board meetings during the times designated for hearings of individuals and designation. So, if you need to get in contact with any one of the board members, it's basically their first name and their last name at somsd.k12.nj.us. So for Elizabeth Baker is E. Baker. For Jeffrey Bennett is J. Bennett. For Elizabeth Doherty is E. Doherty. For Wayne Eastman is W. Eastman. For Maureen Jones is M. Jones. For Stephanie Lawson Muhammad is S. Lawson. For Madhu Pai is M. Pai. For Donna Smith is D. Smith. And for Joanna Wright, it's Joanna Wright at somsd.k12.nj.us. So Joanna Wright is the only one where it spells out her full name. Everyone else is their first initial and their last name. Joanna Wright, chairman of the board's Communication, Engagement, and Outreach Committee, also issued an action list that she compiled coming out of the May Forum. Wright said that the action list will be used to keep track and follow up on the topics that comes up. So, let me read some of these action lists. Board of Education members will present answers to questions that have been asked by stakeholders at the last board meeting during the public speaks time. Email blast and robocall to parents and guardians informing them about code red, yellow situation. Substitutes and the school budget. Why is there a shortage of substitutes in the district? When will this be addressed? The creation of a communication hub, staffed by people who have a vested interest to keep the community up to date and informed about school news and events. Create survival handbooks, one for parents and a separate one for students, that include district contact information to make it easier to figure out who is responsible for program and other matters. For example, who should be contacted for information regarding the Step Up program. Website improvement. Our site should have a table of contents. Could use Google as a search engine. It should also include issues that parents also have had resolved to help others having similar problems. We want to schedule a meeting with or get together over the summer with HSA, website parents, along with Mr. Roth, to take a closer look at improving the site. Change the public speech and Board of Education responsibility during public speech. Board policies not communicated well. We need a clear way to get information out to the community. Where do you receive your information regarding schools? Allow students to speak earlier during Board of Education meetings. Liaisons. Comment on how effective it was to hear from town officials at these schools meetings. We are going to continue those. And lastly, coordinate township calendars and Board of Education calendars. Currently, there is a conflict in South Orange with the Board of Education South Orange trustees meeting. So there you have it. Some of the items coming out of that communication discussion with the Board of Education. So Mayor, discipline remains a challenge at Maplewood Middle School. Citing a high-level anxiety among staff and students at Maplewood Middle School, South Orange Maplewood Education Association and Somaya leaders Paul Bethea and Hannah Edelman shared concern with the Board of Education at its last meeting. Somaya is a union representing teachers and staff in the South Orange Maplewood School District. Edelman told board members that immediately after the Code Red incident at Maplewood Middle School on June 3rd, when a student was found to have a loaded weapon, she and Bethea met with teaching staff. Edelman reported that she and Bethea asked administration for on-site support and counseling. However, she said, teachers reported that discipline remains a challenge at Maplewood Middle School. Specifically, said Edelman, backpacks are banned throughout the school except for students who have special needs, and teachers charge that students hide backpacks throughout the school and then have access during the day. So we still have some discipline at Maplewood Middle School, according to the South Orange Maplewood Education Association. What a difference 20 years make for the Maplewood Hilton neighborhood. 20 years ago, 3 Revere Street residents in Maplewood grew concerned when they saw a growing number of for sale signs sprouting up on local lawns. The 3 were worried that their neighborhood was facing disinvestment and deterioration, so they decided to act. The 3 residents leafleted Maplewood Hilton neighborhood, which roughly spans the portion of Maplewood south of Springfield Avenue, and form the Hilton Neighborhood Association. Current Maplewood Mayor Vic DeLuca was the first HNA president. They put up a meeting at Hilton United Methodist Church in June 1995, said DeLuca, crediting those Revere Street residents, Linda Spurkle, Gail DePaul, and Mike Guerra. 100 people showed up, including Mayor Ellen Davenport and future Mayor Jerry Ryan, and from there we decided to set up an organization. We agreed from the beginning on 2 things, said DeLuca: picking a date every month to meet and never wavering, and 2, putting out a monthly newsletter. It was important to have that consistency to build an institution. DeLuca said the group decided to fight disinvestment and dropping land values by embracing the diversity of the community and the resilience, and that's what we did. We celebrated the multicultural aspect of the Hilton. This is a credo that has followed HNA through its 20 years of existence and followed through the greater Maplewood South Orange community. DeLuca noted that the Hilton Neighborhood Association celebrates Black History Month each February, as well as religious and cultural events like Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah, and various Muslim celebrations. So there you have it. 20 years, Hilton Neighborhood Association celebrating their existence. So there you have it for the news. So we're going to go next to a motivational speech by Les Brown. You got to be hungry. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be hungry. This is motivational speaker Les Brown. We'll be back with you.
Good evening. Mustafa, I want you to sit right over here. Sit right over here, Mustafa. Because I know as I do this material here, once you do it 3 times, it's yours, you know? So I want you to be close to me. I want you to look at someone on your right and left, shake their hands and say, I'm doing better than good and better than most. Let's do that right quick, please. I'd like to talk with you this evening about being hungry. Somebody said, I'm hungry. It is something I like to share some ideas and thoughts with you. I'm not asking that you believe anything that I say. I'm not asking that you agree with me. I'm merely asking that you stand on and in the conversation that we'll share with you this evening. And if there's something that I say that can fit and work for you, I say use it. If not, discard it and let it be. Is that all right? Yeah. Say, that's fair enough. Very good. All right. One of the things I have realized, and many of us have, that if you want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, that is really not easy as some people will make us feel. That living your dream, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging. It's hard. That living alone is just very difficult. And once we begin to come to grips with the fact that living is difficult, life is very challenging. I heard a song once by a guy named Dimples called, If It Ain't One Thing, It's Another. I say to you, if it ain't one thing, it's 12 others. Always something. You will never ever have a problem-free moment in life. Somebody said, and I like this, that you either in a problem or just left one or headed toward one. Anybody found that to be so? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's always something. So how do we begin to nurture that hunger? What are the characteristics or the qualities of people that are hungry? What will it take for me to get some of the things that I want? And being hungry for those things. Number one, you've got to work on yourself. It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you. Spend more time on yourself than what you've been spending. It's very important. You owe that to yourself. I was reading a book by Og Mandino called The University of Success. Read one line, gave me a chill. I didn't have to read anything else in the book. He said, many of us never realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin. Don't know how to say no. And we find ourselves doing all kinds of things and never ever have time to do those things that we need to do to work on ourselves. And then there goes a second. There goes another second. There goes another second. And we can't stop and hold time. And before you know it, you wake up one day and you're behind in your dreams and your bills. So decide that you're going to take some time to work on you, that you deserve that from yourself, that your life deserves some prime time because you are creating your own production. As Michael Todd would say, you are the star of your show. You are the director. You're writing the script. And you will determine whether your life is a smash office hit or flop. You determine that. Working on yourself, talking to yourself. That's so very important. Overcoming the negative conversation, that inner dialogue that's going on all the time, even when you don't want it to be there. You can't stop yourself right now from thinking. You can't do it. It's going on. And so learning how to empower yourself, part of doing that is standing up to yourself. You got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. You've got to do this. I was going to give a presentation, and this voice inside of me saying, you can't do this. You don't have everything it takes. I shut up. I'm behind on my bills and you telling me what I can't do. I have got